Reading I-Ching. Work on the Decayed. Composition of hexagram. Wind is blowing beneath the mountain. As was also the case with the previous hexagram of following, it does not seem to represent an image in nature. The usual concept of a mountain is large, high, and solid. But if the wind blows beneath such a mountain, it may symbolize that there may be a hole or a passageway we do not know of. Then what kind of precautions should we take, in order to avoid uncertain dangers? On the contrary, we may see it this way. A mountain is a ground, rising high up on a solid foundation. So of course, the form of the mountain does not change easily, and its position does not move either. But this hexagram says that the wind is starting to blow underneath a fixed state. Maybe it is trying to tell us that we are starting to experience some changes in our old stereotypes. One could read this hexagram as a warning against a bad event, and another as an announcement about the possibility of future change. It may be difficult to tell whether such a change is good or bad as of this moment, but considering that I-Ching often focuses on the change and flow, it is certain that this hexagram is sending us an important message. Overall meaning. The hexagram of work on the Decayed has an upside-down image of the preceding hexagram of following. And as was also the case with the previous hexagram, it seems that the symbols at the upper and lower trigrams have characteristics contradictory to each other. The mountain is an immovable entity, but the wind exists as a movement of air. Whereas the lightning and the lake of the previous hexagram tried to achieve a better result, by following each other and compensating for coexistence, the mountain and the wind of this hexagram negate each other's existence itself, so it may be hard to find a good point of balance. The previous hexagram showed that the entities with different characteristics come to trust and follow each other, until they become united and get stable. However, it should be noted that the stability symbolized by following does not mean that there is no more change at all. It represents a dynamic equilibrium, maintained by constant process of trust, following, and understanding of various entities. When the process stops, or follows the same cycle over and over, the state of equilibrium will start to fall down slowly. I think that this hexagram illustrates such a process of breakdown, in which each entity interrupts the other until the whole picture collapses down. The mountain, which blocks the path firmly, cannot afford to embrace the wind, or to let the wind pass by it. The wind, on the other hand, swirls around the mountain, finds a small crack beneath it, and leaks through the fissure. One may think that it is nothing but a small gap that a weak wind flows through, but you need to be alerted that a tiny crack at the bottom may be able to destroy the whole picture. This hexagram, however, does not imply that you should not try to harmonize with other people or environment. It simply warns you that it can be very difficult to recover, once the present state becomes fixed. Look back on yourself, find what problems you have deep inside, and consider what changes you need now. If you lose this opportunity, it may become too late to make amends, without rebuilding from scratch.